Hey guys and gals of the Doomosphere. It's Monday, April 3rd. A new week, new month, new year. New you. You feel good? I hope you do. I have a few quick announcements before today's What's Happening in the World. First off, I am the Doom Wizard, so you should shh and pay attention. It's over. It's over, dude. We're not gonna make it through this. Next decade's gonna be horrible, and the madness continues day to day, just watching our little ape selves go about our business, single mothers and everybody just fighting, clawing for the way to survival in this survival of the fittest. On a good note, I am paying off my car this week, so you should be happy for me. And, you know, reaching my goals. I had some great comments. Someone yesterday, Daniel, wrote that the game plan appears to be them continuously selling us this greenwashing bullshit until the very end, until there is nothing left. We're decimated. And as we'll learn today, MIT predicted that we'll see the collapse of civilization by 2040. That timeline is now pushed ahead to 2030. I know, not much time left. The clock's a ticking, tick, tick, tick. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And the tensions between each other and the world, especially after the past few years, is just so apparent. We are divided on almost every conceivable way. But at least this channel and this sphere, this space, people understand the scientific information. And that's what's really all about, is doing, these people here who have subscribed to my channel have done the critical work, critical thinking, have actually spent time, not just, relying on hearsay or echo chambers in our culture, echo chambers, right? And not logically, looking at the facts and applying them. It is all doom and gloom, and not even Jane Goodall's message makes it an ounce of, better. I don't necessarily agree with the more you know, the more you suffer either. I think that's a cop out. I think you rise to the situation. You have the information in hand. Now, real intelligence is being able to adapt to your surroundings, to constantly adapt to new information, as existential in nature as it is. Okay, that was my rant for today's show. Let's get into it. Richard Branson's Virgin Orbit collapses. The British billionaire's rocket company ceasing its operations. The stock has fallen more than 89% this year. Surprise! Thankfully, football, all my blokes my chaps over in United Kingdom. Football kit redesigns highlight climate change. Isn't that cute? Forest fires and badges have been redesigned from climate clubs. Okay. Nothing rallies people like football. Goal! Okay. Here's what I was talking about. MIT predicts global economy will collapse by 2030. 40 years after its initial publication, a study called The Limits to Growth is looking depressingly present. Commissioned by international think tank called the Club of Rome, 1974 report that found that civilization continued on its path to increasing consumption, the global economy would collapse by 2030. Indeed, population losses would ensue and things would generally fall apart. That study remains, controversial, but here we are in 2023, and by the trajectory and exponential function of change occurring to our planet on all fronts, all the warning signals are, I watched good old Sam's video in 2024 predictions, and he's right. All the metrics are continuously flashing red, like loss of biodiversity, freshwater scarcity, ocean acidification, methane, permafrost and melt, like everything, enough hand gestures, is escalating, okay, fast. And you feel it. Storms are more intense, right? They're more intense, and like when they come, the extremes, you feel it. You feel it where you live, right? Okay, because all human systems are enormous trash fires from Hacker Noon. Heard this in a Nature Bats Last video, and I read it, and it's great. It's well done, okay? Much more than great, okay? Just read this. Basically, your company, your organization, your church, your campaign, your band, your political movement, your city, your dinner party, your revolution. At some point, you look up and notice everything around you and everything has been torched, and say to yourself, holy shit, this place is an enormous fucking trash fire. So if you're wondering why particular systems you're in always such an enormous trash fires, because there's no other way for it to be. Everything goes into entropy, okay? Chaos. It dissolves into chaos. That's what he's writing here, including our whole goddamn food supply and everything. How can I really expect someone to have any energy through the day to actually even get into this information? Okay. I had flawed expectations. I wanted to read a climate and economy from a few days ago, April 1st, because this is noteworthy for the record. All right. California snowpack soars to a record high after 17 atmospheric rivers. Okay. For now. San Diego experienced the coldest March it's had in almost 90 years. 1,200 years of rain show just how hardcore the 2021 Pacific heat wave was. Winter wheat in Kansas struggling with drought. Lots of droughts, deaths, violent tornadoes. This is a few days ago. 2023 is seeing the hottest start on ever. Orlando has seen 8 days with a temp above 90 degrees. I mean, just intense stuff here. Okay, I'm not going to bore you. But you can get dollar Malbec to aid exports amid drought. I like me some Malbec from Argentina. I do. Okay, am I boring? All right, several injured, trains derail in storms. That's okay. Macron's going to save water in France for us. Floods in Yemen and in Turkey. Okay, there's just so many extremes everywhere on the planet. I'm like borderline insanity just going through that. Skipping ahead today, climate economy, for the record. All right. OPEC's cutting more than 1 million barrels a day because of inflation risk. I mean, what happens when gas runs out? Okay. All these businesses, all the Karens and Chads and government and transport. I mean, look in the sky. Just go to your park, look in the sky, and you'll see like 4 planes flying overhead. Where does it all go? It all goes down, collapses. No, I don't agree with the more you know, the more you suffer. I'm enlightened by this information. Okay? I'm next level. U.S. Bank lost $400 billion in deposits in March, biggest monthly loss in U.S. history. U.S. money supply falls its fastest rate since the 1930s. A red flag for the economy and market. Look at that. That's ominous. Right? McDonald's temporarily shut down all their U.S. offices to prepare for deliver layoff messages online to a number of their employees. Yay! So they got to work home? They told them to work from home so they can fire their staff virtually. We're just monsters. Wrapping up. That was your April 3rd. What's happening in the world? My name is Reagan. Hit like and subscribe. I do this because I want to be aware of it all. I want to see it collapse. Okay, some woman just commented on a video the other day. All right, this is how deep it goes. And she said, how horrible of you to make a mockery of people's misery. Completely misunderstands me. Made a tornado video with some rock and roll music. No, it was journalistic in nature with a little bit of, entertainment thrown in. That's what sells. That's what Jon Stewart's making a big, move about. That's what everyone's doing. They want to be seen, want to be relevant. I don't care about that. I get 200 views or so. So what? I did it because I like to do it. It was fun. I enjoy it. People seem to like it. You know what's horrible to me? Having a giant enclosed captivity for humans where we have to operate within boundaries that are ultimately killing us in our future. I hate suicide. We're ecocide. We're killing ourselves in a system which doesn't work. That's horrible enough that I have to go out in public and meet boomers just like you who are completely brain dead oblivious morons. Younger people too, having children, moms in their 40s just obsessed with their children. All of it's for fucking nothing. It's burning all of it down, collapsing by the end of this decade. MIT predicts it. I see it. All my subscribers see it. Our system will crash by 2030. Whether or not billions die before or after from meltdowns and stuff, look, I'm not splitting hairs. Look, it's horrible enough to exist in a system that which is ecocidal, delusional, and insane in nature. That's horrible. It feels like I'm mentally ill living in a broken system that doesn't work for the people, for our health, for our environment. You're a goddamn fool if you can't see that, and you'll just be knocked sideways just like everyone else when told you so moments come up in the next several years. Okay, the next 6 or 7 years, you were going to see massive droughts, food crop failure, all from our doing, from long-term overpopulation, overconsumption, overshoot. The disease, the virus that is us in this petri dish, all right? I just can't see eye to eye with reality on people. You know, that we're the facts and the science and the data all point to us completely destroying all habitat for humans, for destroying ourselves, because everything involving with humans are enormous trash fire. But we get to have, beautiful moments like falling in love and shaking people's hands and meeting, having experiences. But what are those? Just a reality just conjured up in our mind. And no matter what happens, people are going to justify all of their behaviors now. Like it's going to collapse. The whole system's going to collapse on us by 2030. People will be scrambling, no food, no water, forest fires everywhere, just a complete hellscape, okay? And yet people are still going to justify their behaviors now, how they lived in the early 2020s and just so like stupid is, stupid does. So stupid people will just say like, oh, well, I was just working and I had no idea. Well, at that point I just I don't even want to be around them. I already made a video on this called My Final Warning. This was the decade and we didn't even try. You were just plain ignorant, played the ignorant card. I don't know. You're trash. You're just a fucking if you can't see in the future, just a few short years, 10 years in the future with the best scientific evidence from all the brightest minds on the planet on the front page news, movies, and you can't connect it, or you just ignorant. Yeah, we've talked enough about it. What am I describing? Clueless morons, all of them. It's okay. I'm not angered, not suffering. I'm enlightened. I'm above it. I'm relating with my subscribers. You're not alone. You're not alone. Just I think Einstein uses this thing Einstein said is if you have a problem, rise above it. You're suffering with this information. Rise above it and look down on your... The only way you're able to solve a problem is if you go to the next level and look down on it. So take a more universal approach. Look, that many of my subscribers do. Gaia, overshoot, done. End of story. That was a little slice of time in the geologic history, which we sprung, yeah, you know it. It's been... We talk about it, all right? Is he going to get arrested tomorrow? Is there going to be protests? What the hell is happening? Too much. All right, I enjoy you guys. I'll talk to you later. Have a good week. Doom Wizard out. See ya.